Hey people, B316 here from King of Avalon, bringing you another video. This time we have highlights from this past weekend's KVK, and the kingdoms we were matched with were Kingdom 338 and Kingdom 596, and of course we're from Kingdom 533. So it started off in the wee hours of the morning, at least for me. You're looking at Kingdom 338 here, and Kingdom 596 swept in really fast to try to occupy it, but that was short-lived. But Kingdom 596 had two alliances fighting from it. So as you see here, that's NAC, and then there was FFF. That becomes relevant later on, and I'll explain it to you guys later on in the video. But here's FFF, and there's a spell on them from their own internal kingdom. So there's a little bit of maybe civil unrest going on in 596. That becomes more evident as the video goes on and progresses for us. But yeah, this is just scoping it out, taking a look, seeing what our competition is, and looking at what we're gonna be doing this KVK. So we, like many kingdoms, come together and in Kingdom 533, and what we do is we form that alliance, of course, and then we go and we conquer kingdoms, or at the very least try to maintain our own, and it's just a strategy that's used, and it's a good strategy, relatively seems to work for us anyway. So here we go. This is Kingdom 338. They're taking back their throne relatively easily, and AD and this other gentleman right here, him, were the two strongest guys that came out of Kingdom 338. And here we are back in our kingdom. We're just filling towers for now and trying to scope out and see what we're going to be doing this go around. Yeah, so there you have it. So what we decided to do, we sent some scouts out to take a look and see kind of what our competition is. And we decided to move forward with Kingdom 338. It just looked like they didn't have as much support as we thought they did. We were mistaken, of course, and you'll see as the video progresses. But here's Hyde kicking things off in Kingdom 338 for us, knocking out that tower, and knocking down their garrison benefits. They actually didn't have any garrison benefits at this moment, but just clearing the tower and making room to see if we're going to be able to overthrow these guys. Yep. Sending a few scouts out, feeling the waters before we all start teleporting over to get it started. So next what happens is our higher tier players, so Holmes is one of them, and then Walk is the other one. They come in and they start megas for us to try to take over Avalon. So here's the first mega, and of course a scout only tells you how many troops there are, but you really don't have any idea what these guys' stats are. And what ends up happening is you see, oh, okay, they're kind of at the same stronghold level as we are, and you kind of take a gamble, and you're like, okay, let's take a look. What we're about to find out is, Kingdom 338 does have good stats, comparable, but again, good. And we struggle with this kingdom. We put up a battle, definitely. but they definitely fight back, and this is part of the KVK or Excalibur invasion that I enjoy most, where it's competitive. There are times where you take over a kingdom and you're like, yeah, great, we get the royal badges. That's always great, and you get the kingdom buffs. You get to tax the other kingdom. All those things are cool and nice to have and great for growth. But when it comes to gameplay, when it's competitive and you gotta use a little bit of strategy to figure out, okay, how am I gonna beat this person in front of me? That's, at least for me, what makes the game so exciting. Change up heroes, change troop formation, make sure that we have the critical hit benefit going on. That was our guy Hyde again in the video that I just took over that North Tower. As this rally is moving towards Avalon. But yeah, that's the part where I think it is really enjoyable about KVK. It's a little different than UAC. UAC, I'd say people are a little bit more reckless because you don't lose troops for real. Here, if you're that reckless, you might find yourself zeroed for real and then starting from scratch. So people use a little bit of caution and a lot more strategy, definitely. Definitely. So we hit their throne and we lost. And here's a look at their stats. So he's using Brutus, which is one of the new Netherfall heroes. But aside from that, he had better stats than our guy did. Our guy had Holmes had the better dragon, and the top three stats were good, but the rest of the stats they had us beat. Here's that hit on that North Tower that Hyde did. Here's just a quick look at that. So yeah, he was able to knock that out relatively quickly. So what happens next is we use the strategy that most people use is go after their towers, and once their towers are cleared out, aim for the throne again. So what you'll see here is another rally that Holmes is doing, and what you're seeing by Kingdom 338 is strategy. So they got to see our stats, we got to see theirs, and they know that the person in the throne has the better stats and could beat our top guy, at least for the moment. So what they do is every time we launch a mega rally, they make room for their top guy to come and mega garrison it. So they're using his stats all along. It's a strategy that we've seen and we ourselves use from time to time, but other kingdoms do it as well. Once they figure out, oh, okay, I have this player that has better stats than their top player, then I'm going to go ahead and use them every single time. But a couple things come into play here. Also, the number of troops that you have. So in this case, this tower is full. But hypothetically, let's say if it wasn't full and you didn't have the better stats, you still have an opportunity to win just based upon sheer volume. Luckily, no one has T13s that we were matched with, because probably if we did, it would be a very lopsided loss. But we're lucky to be matched with people with at least T12s. We're comparing apples to apples. So here's another look, and this time this is AD from a Kingdom 338. So we were able to win that, but it came with a bunch of losses. Just looking at the different stats here, trying to compare, and then understanding that they didn't use the critical hit feature, which ended up hurting them actually. So when you send more than 6 troop types, and of course all the troop types need to be the same, meaning if the person running the mega has only, let's say hypothetically, T12s and T11s, then that's all you send. The second you send another type of troop, it gets rid of your critical hit chances. So yeah, that's just a very high level overview of what critical hit is. Here we go again. So this is the South Tower. We're still in Kingdom 338, running another mega. Trying to clear these out. And oh, it was cleared. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And again, we're gonna go tower to tower, clear out all the towers, and then we're gonna make a go for the throne again. So what ended up happening was a little bit of sloppiness on our part. When we took over that tower that I was showing you in the video right there, our guy Holmes pulled out, and no one mega garrisoned it after him because he moved to start another mega rally on the South Tower. And unfortunately they came back, AD came back, and he took that tower back, which it's like a rookie move, but you definitely get reminded and you learn from it. So here's a mega going on the throne, and this is being run by our guy Walk. So Holmes and Walk are the two strongest castles that we have in our kingdom. They're the stronghold 43s, and yeah, they're the ones that typically run our rallies because they have usually they have the best stats. So here we go, waiting for this to hit. And the towers have been cleared, so the garrison benefits are low, which helps us and it doesn't necessarily help them. And then of course we have the other towers, and the towers zap the throne, so they're constantly filling the throne to make sure that it's at maximum capacity because their troops are dying as they stay in there. So here we go. Here's a look at what happened there. So this time they figured it out, and their critical hit chance was there. They made sure that the troop formations were good. And yeah, I mean, this stat comparison is a lot closer, right? Where Walk had the better benefit. Here's just another hit that I'm showing you with one of our other guys. This is Bao. He did an attack, but yeah, that hit on Avalon didn't pan out too well for us. But what ended up happening is 338 decided that, you know what, we're gonna go and we're gonna take these guys' throne because their top two guys are in 338. So they went ahead and they cast a spell on our top two guys, and then they ported over, and they decided to take over our throne, or try to take over our throne. And then at the same time, what we're doing is we're running parallel mega rallies, so two mega rallies at the same time. But what we also found out this go around is that for whatever reason, Holmes's march, if you start the rally the same time, Holmes's march gets there about a minute faster than Walk's does. So this probably has to do with research, or maybe well, yeah, so alliance research it is one, but then your own research within your own castle is another. So Holmes has probably done some more research than Walk has, and then of course what troops what heroes you have assigned to your council makes a difference as well. So we weren't able to connect on that one. And of course, the idea was for it to hit back to back, and it didn't. So unfortunately, they were able to fill up that throne super quick. Even though it was just, I want to say less than 60 seconds apart that it was hitting. Kingdom 338, they did a good job of just, man, maximizing that window of opportunity and filling up their castle right away. So here's walk. The mega was set already, so we're going for it. But this isn't not gonna end well for us because it was poorly executed. Yeah, and there you go. And then I'll show you the results of that in a second. And yeah, this was the mega rally that I was in with them. So yeah, there you have it. That's the stat comparison. We didn't lose as much this time, but they were able to fill up that throne very, very quickly. So if we switch now back to our home kingdom, and again, they've launched the mega rally on us. They're coming for our throne. Nap is in there, and Nap has, if I could say it this way, like the third highest stats in our kingdom. So he's in there. He has the mega garrison going. Walk and Holmes, and this is strategy on Kingdoms 338. 338's part. They played a good game, definitely. They froze our guys, and then they went for our throne. And as you're gonna see in a minute, that strategy actually worked really good for them. Because all our top guys are in 338 trying to take over their throne. And they're like, you know what? We don't need to clear towers. Even though they have level 4 garrison benefits, we're just gonna go and knock them out, and there it is. They do. So they're able to knock us out, and of course, you know what this does. Let me show you the report first, actually. So there's the report. Yeah, as you could see, stats, even though Nap has, solid stats, but this guy that was in there leading the mega, he had just a little bit better on stats. What I was saying is, what it did now is it shielded their throne in Kingdom 338. So we weren't able to do anything about it. So we had to come back to our kingdom and take it back. So what you're seeing here is them filling it up, and us trying to figure out and strategize, all right, what are we gonna do? Our two guys are frozen there, so until they come back, are we gonna try to take it over, or just wait? And of course, time is against us also. So what we decided was, two of our guys, and with everyone currently in our kingdom, we're going to go ahead and run double megas. So those of us that weren't frozen in Kingdom 338, we came over, myself included. And then our two guys, Bao and Nap, started megas in parallel. And actually this one worked out the way that it was supposed to. So they clicked rally, mega rally at the same time, and their marches were like literally 2 seconds apart from each other. So one hit and followed by the other. So as you can see, I'm in the first one, and then the one right behind it is coming. And what that does, it doesn't allow the enemy to fill the throne as quickly. So as you can see the white lines. That's them constantly trying to send troops, but at that point it's just like a timing game. And because we don't allow much gap in between, so we lost that first one. right? Which we knew we were going to. But then the second one, because we took out a lot of their troops, it was an easy victory. And then we took back our throne, and then it put a bubble around it for I think it's less than 10 minutes. So yeah, here we are. So now going back, here's the stats. So here's that first hit, and this is the one that I was in. And then take a look at that second one, the victory. And there you go. And you can see a lot less troops, and even though the stats weren't there, it didn't matter because we were marching a full mega rally, and they were protecting with a beat up, just been beat up throne. So here we go. Here's our last ditch effort to take over 338. There's the mega going. And as you could tell, all the action was happening between us and Kingdom 338. You didn't see Kingdom 596 a lot. So Kingdom 596, man, it was strange. I'm gonna call it strange. Myself and a lot of our team members had people who created accounts in Kingdom 533, like basically level 1 or level 2 castles, and they were messaging us. The message that I got was they wanted to know the stats of our top guy, and I guess they were watching along and looking at what was going on. And it was just kind of like one of those, well, why are you asking me this? Well, and they were forward with it. They're like, yeah, I'm from Kingdom 596, and it's like, well, why am I going to tell you what my stats are? I don't necessarily understand. So here you go. There's that hit on there, and it was a loss. So I'll share the report with you right there. So anyway, we started having we created a group, and we started having a conversation with Kingdom 596, and basically how that conversation went was they told us that they just want to protect their own kingdom, and they're looking to get some points for KVK, but that's about it. So essentially, we created a truce. A truce between 596 and 533, that hey, okay, we won't bug you guys, you guys don't bug us. Here's a double rally that we're running on 338, and this time you could tell that those marches are running in parallel. So again, the first one hit, and it was a loss, but the second one connected, I want to say, less than 15 seconds later, and it didn't allow them enough time to fill up the number of troops. And if they were filling it up, I don't think they went heavy on infantry with their fill up. So we definitely got lucky here, because it could have gone either way. But as you can tell, just a few more seconds, and we took this one over. So this was finally a victory for us. And I'll share that report momentarily. So that was So that was the loss. That was the defeat. And then here's the victory. Yep. So pretty cool. We were able to do that, but it was short-lived. I didn't put it in the final edit, but they came back and they took their throne back, so we retreated. But what was interesting is Kingdom 596, once they fully occupied their throne, they came back to Kingdom 533, and you could tell that I cast a spell on them there. And we were trying to communicate with them, saying, you know, guys, we didn't invade you, and we could have because we had a truce. So why are you guys all here lined up, starting a mega rally on us? And we were finally able to come to some sort of compromise. And then these guys, they poured it out after you know, rehashing out the details. But it was just, I don't know, unnecessary. And I think a lot of it had to do with we were communicating with one alliance, and again, I was telling you at the beginning of the video, there was some civil unrest going on. So it could have very well have been the one alliance wasn't talking to the other one, but they were able to figure it all out. So Swaggy, who took the throne in 596, he helped us out, and it ended up working out. But there you have it. We luckily got to keep our own kingdom and retain our throne in 533. And until next KVK, we'll see how we do. Thanks for listening in. Appreciate the support. And like always, please drop a comment and hit subscribe because there's definitely more content to come around the corner. Till next time. See you guys.